God had that kind of conversation with him, and he said, what do you want me to do for you? And I said to God, I said, Father, this is a theoretical exam. They're going to give us 6 questions, and we're going to be asked to answer 4. I said, Father, I just want the 4 questions that I need to answer today. I need you to show me what to read. And that was it. So I just started flipping through my textbooks and my notebooks, and I read this topic, I read this topic, I read this topic, and when I read up to 4 topics, I felt this confidence inside of me that this is it. So I closed my books, and then I said, I'm going to the exam. And I walked with so much confidence. This time around, it wasn't like the first time when I entered the exam hall with my supposed helper, and I was so timid and beggarly and confused. But this time around, I walked boldly. I walked like somebody who really had a backing. I walked straight to the first row. I sat there. I was the only person seated there. I sat in the front row, and I was like, this is it. We're going to do it. We're going to do this. I'm confident. I'm just confident. The confidence just came from nowhere. And I remember back then, as the students were coming in to get settled for the exam, somebody walked past me, a guy, and he looked at me and said, sis, you are the only one seated on the front row. Wow, you must be ready for this exam. You're not scared of this exam. I just smiled at him, and I continued sitting there waiting for the examiners. And when it was time for the examiners came in, and guess what? So if I had this plan of sitting with my supposed helper, it would have been busted. You know why? Immediately the examiners came in, they just started displacing people and telling you sit here, you go here, you. So they scattered people who had that arrangement of, oh, I'm going to sit with my friend, oh, I will cooperate, and they scattered everybody. You sit here. So, and you could hear the exclamations of the students. They were, please, sir, please let me sit here. No, you go here, you sit here. Whoo-wee. So as all these things were going on, they were actually happening behind me because I was the one sitting at the front row. I just remained calm. And it was time the examiners shared out the question papers. And then they said, your time starts now. By the time I opened the question paper, my God, I read through and I saw the 4 topics that I had read few minutes before the exams. Right there, there were 4 of them amongst the 6 questions. And I was like, wait, it looked so magical. It looked like, I just looked up and I was like, just like that, just like the song that Leslie Tune sang. You make the little things I do, it be like saying a big thing, no. Your grace makes a difference, you just embarrass me, yo. It was like, what? So I just started writing. I was smiling, and I just started writing, kept on writing. I finished the exams. I was done before time, crossed my legs, took my question paper, read through, and I dotted my I's and crossed my T's, and I made sure, yes, everything was okay. By the time I was ready, I stood up, went to the examiner, and I said, I'm done with the exam. And he said, oh, okay, you may leave now. And I left the exam hall, very confident that this was a done deal. And guess what? That particular course, I had it an A. As in an A that stood gidigba. My A was unshakable A. I had other A's in, that semester. But this particular A was my testimony A. It was an A that I got with an encounter with God. It was an A that I got when I thought I could not. Imagine when you were thinking that if you just get a D, an E, or even a C, I don't mind. Eventually, I came up with an A. It was my victory A. It was my testimony. That taught me a lesson. See, I had other A's in my 4 years studying in the university, but this particular A is one A I will never forget because it came from a place of total dependence on God. It came from a place of an encounter with God. I learned something there. When all hope is lost, you better trust the word of God. Now, God honors his word more than his name. And it is the word of God that says, call upon me in times of trouble, and I will answer you. So when all hope is lost, when it looks like I've lost it all, what do? I don't even know what to do. Remember to look up. You have a Father that can listen to you. You have a Father that can help you. He is your helper in times of need. With God, things can turn around. And I don't know what you're going through today. I don't know what it is you're going through, but I want to encourage you. You have a Father, you have a God, and He is ever ready to help you out. God bless you really good. Now, it is my earnest desire that these words find expressions in your heart. Keep serving God intentionally, and I'll see you on the other side of victory. Dalu.